Good evening, everyone, and welcome to yet another very interesting, informative session with Desh Kapoor. Welcome, Desh.
Thanks, Jadev. Nice
Yeah,
to meet you.
so, yeah, likewise. So, in today's session, we'll be talking about the fact that a lot of things that India is looking to reset the relationship with China. Also, this is after the way Trump has put a lot of tariffs on India, and Trump and the U.S. government is purposefully targeting India. Also, the first point I would like to discuss is that the Congress party has made claims of discrepancies in Bihar's electoral rolls, alleging that 947 voters in Nidani village of Bodh Gaya are listed under a single house number, prompting clarifications from local authorities and the state's chief electoral office that the house number is notional since residences there do not have numbers. So Congress is going, fully attacking BJP before the big elections.
Right. Yeah. See, that is a strange thing, right? Because this is a practice that started not now. This practice has started long back. Even when the electoral EVMs weren't there. So I meant to target this practice now to come up with this nonsense. After all these years, it's almost like comic, comic actually. So I don't know what these guys are up to, but I think, in my view, the way they are going ahead is something like how it happened in Bangladesh, right? Because the entire opposition said, well, we don't trust the institutions, we don't trust the voting, we don't trust the elections, and we are not going to participate in the elections. And when they didn't participate and Sheikh Hasina won, they said, well, she's a dictator, she doesn't, she got unfairly elected and things like that. So the thing is, then it became justifiable to the Western media that they could go and attack her personally and physically. I think that's what these guys are trying to do, trying to create a similar kind of atmosphere where they say, okay, all the institutions are useless. They don't, we don't trust any one of them. We don't trust the parliament, so we won't go into the parliament to discuss anything. We don't trust the election commission, so we won't participate in the elections. And when the other party wins, then they, they'll start the same thing that they had in Bangladesh, which is very, very sad, right? Because it has taken decades to build this trust in the election commission and its officers. They do phenomenal work. The entire Congress is trying to do something that will break India. So I think people should be really aware of these things and understand what these guys are trying to do. So in my view, I think most of the adversaries that India has, they have come to a point where they realize that as long as Modi is there, India cannot be controlled. So things cannot be changed in a way that they could start controlling everything the way they used to before 2014. So this has come to a very point of great desperation now, and they don't know what to do. So they're coming up with new things, and this is the latest strategy that they have, or tactic that they have, that they're trying to unleash on India, which is extremely sad. And I think India should really give it back to them, because think of it. Has Rahul Gandhi said anything positive in the last 10 years? He has not said anything positive about India, about Modi, about BJP, or about Indians itself. He's just talked negative. That's all he has done. I don't know how anyone can even tolerate such a person or tolerate such parties. All these guys are so overwhelmingly and so overtly anti-India, right? and obnoxiously anti-India that you have to be an absolute idiot to even vote for these people, even one vote. I don't know how people do that, because like it's not as if they are doing all this very covertly. They are doing this very overtly in front of everyone, in your face. In your face, they are telling you, we want to dismantle and destroy Sanatan Dharma. And like nobody can say or do anything. Like it's really strange. We are like we have become so self-hating now that we don't mind being destroyed by these idiots. Like I don't know how long can we keep tolerating them. I don't think any any civilized society, any self-respecting society should ever tolerate idiots like I won't even say idiots, Machiavellian like villains like Rahul Gandhi and Lalu Prasad Yadav and Arvind Kejriwal and DK Stalin, these or Mamta Banerjee. I mean, these guys have destroyed lives, and yet they continue. I think time has come to say that we won't tolerate any one of them now. I think that tolerance should end. And it's not about BJP and the opposition. Like it's about your own self-respect, right? Like that's where it is right now. Your own self-respect, your own self-preservation. Like look at what's going on in Mamta Banerjee's Bengal. I mean, like it's like I don't know how these like those guys keep going on, but like it's like phenomenal how despite all that has happened to Bengal, especially to Bengali feminine, it still continues. And nobody can say anything. I posted about Bengal files in one of my alumni group. And the Bengalis, especially the Hindus, said, no, everything is fine. Everything is great. I said, really? I mean, like you can see what's going on. You vote against this lady and then see what happens to your women. You don't have freedom at all. You think this is freedom? I mean, like it's a dictatorship where they'll come and like go for your women, and that's what they have done in Bangladesh. That's what happened. Those kids who were in college, those Hindu kids who backed the whole movement against Sheikh Hasina for democracy, those girls were attacked openly, and they were molested and things like that. I mean, like I don't know how we keep continuing with this. And then they have the gall to ban Bengal files there in Bengal itself, knowing fully well what happened. I mean, like what can you say about such idiots? Like what can you say? Because not many people know that when Direct Action Day, which is covered by the Bengal files, when Direct Action Day actually happened, although it's not shown in the Bengal files, but when Direct Action Day happened and Sohrawardy actually made the call to his mobs to go out and target Hindus and kill Hindus, and 40,000 Hindus were killed in a matter of just 4 to 5 days. At that time on the stage, Jyoti Basu was standing with him, along with 2 other communist like leaders. So they were hand in glove. And yet that guy became the longest serving West Bengal chief minister. How do you square that? I can't even explain it.
No, I mean, like the people of Bengal did not vote for BJP in the end of the day.
Right. And they are suffering, and they'll suffer because there is nothing left saving in Bengal now. Everything has left. The industry has left. People are leaving. People don't see any future there. The education is useless. And like this is a state, or this is an area which gave us so many Nobel Prizes and so many scientists and so many amazing intellectuals. I mean, all the spiritual stalwarts of the last century were all from there.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Also, Desh, one very important article came, and Sampit Patra has officially claimed that elements in the U.S. deep state have colluded with a group of journalists and with Rahul Gandhi to put a spoke in the wheel of India's growth story. Also, few more points he said is that. They slammed Rahul Gandhi for using reports by the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, or the OCCRP, that focused on targeting the Adani group. And also, one important point, which Sampit Patra said, is a French investigative media group has revealed that 50% of the OCCRP's funding comes directly from the US State Department. So this is
yeah, I think when we looked at the Hindenburg report, that had the backing of OCCRP, and that's what this guy has been using, because that directly targeted Adani, and Rahul Gandhi has been using that, and so has this like TMC Moitra lady. So these guys, and look, Moitra was actually mentioned in that Hindenburg report. Uh, like, when I when I saw that report first time, and I was analyzing that report on my newsletter, I said, if I had written this for my MBA, this kind of report, I would have gotten an F. My professor would have thrown me out, because it is like nonsense. So, but the media is such that however stupid and however ridiculous in any way that analysis is, that was, first of all, it was not even an analysis. It's a shame and an insult to even call that as as analysis, because it had mentioned things which were already there in the prospectus, as if it was something like something really new. They've already mentioned it. And it has been factored by the market over the last so many years, and you would think this is something new. And that's what these guys threw up and said, okay, something new has come up. So Rahul Gandhi, as I said, has not said a single positive thing about India, Indians, or Hindus. You forget about Modi or BJP, because in a normal democracy, you at least have some decency, about dealing with the opposition. He doesn't have that, but he doesn't even have the decency of saying anything positive about India or Indians. These guys just keep working on and on, and they will keep using, because Soros and State Department and all these, CIA and all these guys, they keep doing the regime change kind of operations, and they'll keep doing it. And Rahul Gandhi is at the forefront of the regime change operation. In fact, Savio has been saying on the alternate media channel about how Operation 37 is going on, and how one BJP MP is being used for that, and there are a lot of work is going on around that. That's very sad. It's
could you
simple.
Could you explain what is Operation 37 in simple words?
Yeah, so what they're trying to do is so there's one guy, I don't know who it is, I don't know the name. Savio has not revealed it, but that person, whoever that person is, he has access to 37 other other MPs within BJP whom he can influence. And what they are trying to do is take them away and have them vote against the BJP in some kind of mandate that will happen in the parliament. And they have still not targeted the other parties that they can in Telugu Desam and all that. And I think the VP pick was actually done with that intention, because the VP pick that they have, the opposition has, is close to Telugu Desam. So that was, I think, the intention, that we will take this, voting for VP, and see if we can wean away Telugu Desam out of the NDA. So when we look at that, so that's what he's saying, that this operation is going on in a way that they are targeting that one guy in order to bring down Modi, to take Modi out of the whole picture. So even if BJP remains, it remains without Modi. And I don't think they realize or have calculated the influence and the power that Modi has over the masses. They do not understand that now this country cannot run without Modi at all. It's, you take out Modi from BJP or you take out anything, there'll be huge riots, and I think that is what they probably want. So
Yeah.
So that's what they're targeting. They're targeting those 37 BJP MPs to actually wean them away from BJP and from the government and all that. And I think, and from whatever Savio was saying, there is all the higher ups, all the powers that are there, Mr. Ajit Doval and the rest of the folks, they do understand what's going on, and they're taking the necessary action against it. So, but that's where it has gone to right now. Like, it's to that extent that they've gone to.
Right. But they don't realize the fact that the masses, voted for Modi in particular.
Right. But they'll try, and Trump has been miffed by Modi, anyways. I think like we can talk about that as well.
Yeah. So, Deshji, this Trump, he did not. Modi ji did not pick up the telephone calls. 4 times, Trump called Modi ji, but this is according to a German newspaper, Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung. So, what do you have to say about this?
See, the thing is, people are saying this is a power struggle kind of a thing. I think it's more of a after the way Trump has characterized all the discussions that happened during Operation Sindoor as being something of an intervention, I think Modi does not trust talking to any of the US officials now, because they can turn it around in any way they want. Now, suppose they talk and tomorrow something happens in Pakistan, or Pakistan says something, and then he can claim, oh, I got them together. No. So that is why, like, Modi is not talking to him, I think, like, in my view, because he does not want to give any leverage to Trump that he can actually try and characterize that as playing a remedial role between India and Pakistan. Because, see, Trump has found a way to make money through the crypto deal with Pakistan. That's his problem. And the problem of the US citizens. Because US citizens are being sold out yet again for personal profits by the elite. Because they'll gain nothing. I mean, all that would happen is that it will again start something which will become so deep and so vile and so, like, demonic, that it will lead to another 9/11, because that's what happened. There is no end to this, and there is no other direction that this thing with Pakistan and Pakistani jihadis go. It always goes towards just one thing, and that's a terror attack. We are looking at a path that will lead to another 9/11. As far as the US citizens are concerned, because that is how Pakistan works. To befriend them the way Trump is doing, he thinks he has power over Pakistan. He clearly does not, because they think in their own way. And so from Modi's standpoint, Trump can do whatever the heck he wants to do with Pakistan and throw US and all the Americans under the bus for all he cares. But Modi does not want that Trump's antics and Trump's actions should hurt India. So I think that's, from what I can understand, that's what he's trying to do. He's not trying to, like, it may seem like he's trying to insult and humiliate Trump by not taking his call, but I don't think it's that. I think it's a more pragmatic and more a serious, reason that he has. And that reason could be only one, that he just doesn't trust Trump anymore, because he'll keep on trying to play up Pakistan. The only way he tries to play up Pakistan is to always try and create equivalence between India and Pakistan. That is something uh, that is an opportunity that Modi will never offer Trump now. Because I think he has made that mistake of talking to JD Vance and Trump during Operation Sindhu. That will not happen again. I'm pretty clear of that, because like he has, I mean, Trump thinks that he can actually do all these antics and get away with it. Even when you are a superpower, you can't, because you have to have at least some kind of decency, some kind of normal behavior that takes you somewhere. Here, he has been just disregarding everything. Like, I voted for Trump, but I voted for Trump because I always felt that as long as people like Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy and Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. were around him, things will go in a certain direction. But the first thing he did was, Vivek Ramaswamy out, then Elon Musk out, and all the things that he was trying to do, he has messed it up, because he had his own agenda, it seems, that he wanted to play. I'm not saying that I would have ever voted for Kamala Harris. I would have never voted for her, because like, she was taking US down even the worst path. Here, at least we know who's responsible. It's Trump. There we did not even know who was responsible for anything, because Kamala Harris was not going to be the leader or the president, because Biden was never the president. It was somebody else, and we don't know who that somebody else was to even understand what to do. Here, at least, people know what to do, because they know that there is one guy who can do like so many things at the same time, like who can keep flipping and have play all kinds of games. Somebody will figure the way to play games with him now, because how he has treated Europe. The first thing that Macron did when he came back from that shameful, that meeting in the Oval Office, they were sitting as the school kids, and Trump was saying whatever he was saying. The first thing that he did was, within 48 hours, he called Modi to strengthen French and India's economic ties, which is like really interesting. So Europe is going to look much further ahead than it has now. Because I think they realize, as long as Trump is there, even 4 years, even within these 4 years, he can really mess up the world.
Yeah.
He can really mess up the world.
So another point is Donald Trump took to his social media account, and he called George Soros and his son to face criminal charges over claims that their family is behind a violent protest around the country. So now he has come out in the social media, and he has gone against George Soros. So I really don't understand how this game is being played.
See, like last time we were saying, right, they were different, the deep state, there were different tiers. So I think Trump and Soros and all these guys are in the fifth tier of the whole, hierarchy. So it is one thing to say what he is saying about Soros. It is another thing to do what he says he wants to do against Soros. If he has the strength, and if he has the courage, and if he has enough of power, then he should go for George Soros, because George Soros has done a lot against him. And like, most of that is not democratic. During the elections, actually, which had like over 200 radio stations in the US. He just took over, and that's what these guys do. So he can say whatever the heck he is saying in the media. It amounts to nothing as long as he does not like until he like does not actually do some action. If he does some like some action, then things can change. But like it won't be that easy. Like so and it's very interesting. This is like if you have been looking at the liberal media, whether it's CNN, even Economist, the latest cover story that they have. This is the first time in many decades that the liberal mainstream media in the West is actually sympathetic towards Modi. I've never seen that happen. There is a small window of opportunity that India has, that Modi government has, to actually work and use that opportunity to play up India's position, which they haven't done until now. So
So even the New York Times is sympathetic.
yeah, for the first time I've seen, and the articles are actually sympathetic towards Modi. Even like like Fareed Zakaria is saying things which are positive about like Modi and versus Trump. And I think the only reason that is happening is because they hate Trump more than they hate Modi. So this is an opportunity for Indians who are actually sick and tired of the entire patronizing nonsense that comes from the mainstream media. It's hypocritical, it's false, it lies, and they keep doing that all the time. It's racist, like as well, because that's how they do it. But they have the power. They have the power of the media, which and as hypocritical as they are, as wrong as they are most of the time, since they have the power, I think one should deal with them the way they deal with everyone. So
Yeah.
so used.
So now Modi ji is trying to reset the relationship with China. So this is because of all these things. So again, China is not to be trusted, as you know that China is supplying arms to Pakistan. So and also China is a competitor to the Indian economy as well. So you're taking all this into consideration. How does Modi navigate the relationship with Xi Jinping?
Yeah, I think it's like Ronald Reagan once said, trust but verify. So I know that, and I don't think China should be fully trusted. I think everything should be verified. But the thing is that Xi Jinping actually wrote a letter to President Murmu. He didn't write it to Modi. He wrote it to Murmu, President Murmu. So it was like, and that set the whole thing in motion. He sent that secret letter, quote unquote secret letter, in March, and that set the ball rolling for India and China to start the rapprochement, which had not happened in so many years. And everybody understands that if China and India come together, the whole world, the entire geopolitics can change, except for China. Everybody understands that. And I think now China may also be understanding that we need to change things, because even with Pakistan, the way Pakistan has sold itself out to now US, I don't know how China can even trust Pakistan. How can it really think of using Pakistan when Pakistan is using China? So in that sense, I just think that excuse me. So I think Xi Jinping is sending, or at least the Chinese leadership is sending some signs to the Indian leadership that we want to change, and quite uh, quite simply, there is no other way out for Russia, for the entire Asian area, like China, India, and the other countries, including the BRICS countries or global South, to do anything like other than actually come together, because the onslaught from Trump, and he is trying to use that exorbitant privilege that US has always had to actually break everyone down. That will not, that is so in your face now, that people are coming together to say that we are not to be humiliated like that, because this is not how we will do things. So if you think that you are going to close your economy and take tariffs and take money for us to even access your market, then we'll just bypass your market. So I think like that's what is going to happen. And now, I mean, one by one, everybody is like turning off. Even Japan has said they are not going to go to US for the trade talks. So their team is not going, like, anyways. Modi is not taking Trump's calls. So people, it's almost seems like people across the world are ghosting Trump, and they don't want to talk to him. They don't want to deal with him. And the same thing will start happening with Europe as well now. So in that sense, I think it makes it does seem a good direction for India to work with Xi Jinping, but have the necessary guardrails. So to make sure that China and Xi Jinping do not go off the track, do not go off this thing, and that is where I think Putin will come in, because as much as Russia thinks, or Russia seems to be playing the second fiddle to China, its intelligence operations and its like other advancements are quite something. So in that sense, Russia is a very good ally that India has, and I think that is the counterweight that India has against China. So in India's relationship with China, the first guardrails are actually from Russia, and then come the rest, like Taiwan and Tibet and other people, whom they are going to make sure that they have all the relationships. So China doesn't feel that like it has actually cornered India and it has gotten whatever it wants, because it won't get anything.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, on a ending note, I do think that it is this immediate future for Prime Minister Modi. He has to be very, very careful and watchful as to how he plays the game and the relationship with all these countries, because everyone has a target on him.
yeah. So that's what I say, that there are three things which are important. The first thing is to win the power. And the second thing is to sustain that power and keep winning. But the third thing is to be alive to actually use that power. Because even if you know how to sustain and keep winning, if people can target you, then that power is useless, right? So I think if you look at how Modi ji's work has happened in the last few years, last 10, 15 years, I think that's been the central point. And people, not just one adversary, they have been like Pakistan, China, and US, and opposition, the Islamists, all these guys have come together. They have tried to target Modi ji personally, physically, every which way. In Bihar, Patna, when he had gone for the rally, there was a bomb blast. The idea was to kill him at that time. Somehow he escaped. And the same thing was tried in Punjab when he went to Punjab, and we all remember that scene where he was caught on the bridge. So they have been trying to target him for a long time, and something is saving him, and that something will keep saving him. So he has to be very careful. And I think if there is one person whom you can trust in terms of intelligence, in terms of clarity of thought, in terms of direction of where he and the he wants to go and he wants to take the country, that is only Modi ji. That's it. I don't see anyone, because see, it's his entire astrological chart, his demeanor, his gifts that he has, they are all custom made for India at this moment, and India cannot lose that. Like, it's not about a person. I think it's more than a person now. I think Modi ji is not a person anymore. I don't think he remains as a person anymore, because he is a combination of many things which have come together. Many things. Because even if you are a leader, that's one thing. But if you're a leader with that kind of chart that Modi ji has, with that kind of power that he has, and that kind of backing from somewhere, I don't know where, who that that spiritual power is, or what that spiritual power is, it's very rare. I think that just shows one, that just points to one direction or one thing, that it's the time for India has come now.
Yes. So that was a wonderful session. Thank you very much, Deshi, for coming, to our session.
Sure. Thanks, Jadev.
We will
Great.
see you again next week.
Thank
Thank you. Jai Hind and Jai
Jai
Shri Ram.
Jai Hind.